get into this episode. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Passions Podcast, the podcast where we talk about the soap opera Passions. I am your regular host, Latara, back again with Dr. Eric Vera, Maria, and Kelly with an EY. Hey, y'all, we didn't even take a break, y'all, so we'll see how this goes. Let me say this, actually. If y'all need to take a break at some point, like if this does start to go long, just say, hey, can we take a break? Yes, absolutely. All right, y'all. So we're going to get on with the episode. We're still talking about 941 through 945. But before we get into the storylines, I want to give a shout out to the patrons over on Patreon. Thank you to Muna Shea, Lisa S., Zach, Sid, Sarana, Randall, Camelia, Amanda, Jeanette, Eric, Jamie, Fantasia, Sean, Larissa, Maria, Lisa A., Jessica Jean, Laura, Karen, Uche, Paige, Casey, Garage, Stephen Winthrop, Daisy, Shane, Kelly with an EY, Taylor Harris Crane, DJ, Kelly M., Lisa R., Acacia, Andrew D., our almighty crane, Andrew C., Jekyll Hyde, our almighty crane, Michelle, Kendra, Trey, Amanda A., and Darcy. So thank you all so much for being patrons. Go over to patreon.com/passionspodcast and sign up for whatever tier you find most agreeable. If you are not already on the Patreon and you would like to be, we have lots of fun. We really do. And we're going on a cruise. Going on a trip in our favorite cruise ship. Zooming through Bahamas. Little Passions patrons.
Passionistas.
I really lost it there. Really zoomed down.
It was good.
Harmonites. We're Harmonites.
Harmonites. All right, so let's
this little chalupa over here is ready to talk trash. Let's go.
Let's go talk.
Did we want to circle back to last week and give the legal eagle her information about the divorce?
So on our break, before we get into the episodes, Kelly was nice and kind enough to reach out to our legal team. We consulted with our legal team, and she has explained to us about how, because Maria and I were having a little bit of a disagreement about if you can contest a divorce and if somebody has to stay married to somebody else. So what did Karen say?
Karen said that she said only for a couple of reasons a judge would deny for technical reasons, like the papers weren't filed in the right state. They could also deny for failure to prove one's party at fault in a fault-based state, or failure to prove the marriage is irrevocably. Why can't I say that word?
Irrevocably. It's a hard word.
Thank you. I can read it just fine. I just can't say it.
Yeah.
Broken in a no-fault state. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, and it does. Thank you so much, Legal Eagle Karen.
I get stuck on words. I had a podcast a long time ago, and I miss it, but I was watching Eurotrip, and I couldn't say Fromer's Guide. That was the tour guide. I was like, Fromer. I have the blooper of me going, Fromer. And my friend just could not stop laughing. And then I would go, Fromers. I was like, oh, here we go. Fromer. Like,
it's like that. Have you ever seen that clip of the two old people eating the pot pie or whatever? And it's a commercial.
Flaky.
And
then they did an SNL skit.
And then they have her do it, and she fucks it up too. And it was so funny.
Buttery, flaky crust.
Buttery,
crispy,
flaky flake. Anyway,
Dan, flaky.
No, you know what I can't say, or I can't say it casually. I struggle because of my dialect and my accent. Arnold Palmer. I could never say it fast. Arnold Palmer. See.
We all have those.
I'm gonna have an Arnold Palmer. I can't say it.
I cannot
say it.
Seizure. I have to say that slowly. I can't say that fast.
Yeah.
When I'm sick, I will say every time my Thor's throat. Every time I say it, I'm like, I'm my Thor's throat.
My Thor's throat.
Throat is sore there.
Well, this might just be a whole episode. So let's get to Theresa.
Look, Maria believed in us from the minute we were like, do we do?
Let's get to Theresa. Okay, so
Teresa. Teresita.
Teresita is doing an interview about all of the
money
good work she's doing with the Crane money and all the charities she's giving money to. Meanwhile, Bruce shows up and talks to Julian and Rebecca in the study. So Bruce shows up in the study with Julian and Rebecca, and he has the goods on Theresa. I'm going to make this short and sweet. We spend the entire fucking week with Bruce saying absolutely nothing until the very, very, very end. And he finally says what it is. So I'm
going to give the guy props because the amount of times he has to just stand there and be like every time he just, and I know if you're not watching if you're not watching me, you just have to recognize that he holds his mouth open for the longest time until somebody interrupts or we go to commercial.
Exactly.
And he has to do that about 30 to 50 times this week.
Conservatively.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like reading the transcripts as watching it, and every time it was all you see is like Bruce, oh, because that's all he can get out. Oh.
You know what? He got his paycheck. They've called him back, first of all. It's been years since we've seen this actor. So God bless that man. Whoever you are, you got your paycheck.
That was the first reveal is we get Bruce again.
Yeah, Bruce is back. If you don't remember who Bruce is, Bruce was on the island in Bermuda. He's one of Julian's friends who was there having a good time when Theresa came down to try to talk him into bringing Ethan back into the fold as a Crane. And he hit on Theresa, and they were all really creepy because it wasn't just him; it was a couple other guys.
They were all hitting on Theresa.
Yeah, and because they were all down in Bermuda. If I remember correctly, Julian was there to get his divorce and celebrate his divorce, right? He went to Bermuda to get a divorce. And so then they started kind of celebrating his divorce. And so that's a reminder of who Bruce is in case you don't remember. He's one of Julian's sleazy friends. So Bruce shows up, then Julian goes and he's like, great, you're here, let's go. He goes to crash Theresa's interview, and the interview is live. It's on live TV. So he crashes the interview and makes a complete spectacle of himself. He rips up a check that she had just written for charity. He comes on screen and
for charity. Sorry.
I
thought you meant for the character.
Not charity standish, but giving to, a charitable cause.
Yes.
So he rips that up, makes a spectacle of himself, announces live on TV that this woman is not my wife and never has been. Theresa is not my wife and never has been. He then is like, and there's the man who can tell you why, basically. And he brings Bruce into the picture. He's like, Bruce, come on into this and tell the world.
Bruce Almighty.
Theresa is flabbergasted, but also trying to save face. She's like, what are you talking about, Julian? Trying to keep a smile on her face. Like, Julian, what are you talking about? Of course,
it was
you're
comical.
my husband. I'm your wife. Da, da, da. Eventually, Ethan shuts the whole thing down. He tells the camera crew and the interviewer this interview.
Because the reporter's like, keep this rolling. This is good TV. And it is good TV. I would pay to see it.
Yeah, that's great footage that they got.
Yes.
And so, but Ethan shuts it all down.
Ethan ruins everything.
And Theresa doesn't even really recognize Bruce because she was so drunk, right? So she has a very hazy. She's like, "Who is this guy? What do you mean that you and I are married, Julian? We do this for 4 or 5 really episodes, where she keeps saying, "You and I are married, Julian. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? You and I got married. We went to Bermuda. You got me drunk, and I lost Ethan because of it. We do that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again." It was so annoying. And so
she was even at a point I think there's something mentally wrong with you. Like, I really think you need to get checked out. Rebecca, you need to check.
And he was
she was genuine. She was like, I'm worried about you, Julian.
Yeah, because all he did was cackle for like a good.
Yeah, he was enjoying it, and I was enjoying it with him. Sorry,
as was Rebecca.
As was Rebecca.
It.
And
Andrea Evans was Andrea Evans.
Yes, she was.
They were loving it. I obviously was not, because and honestly, it wasn't even about what they were about to tell him or tell her. I just was frustrated with the way it was happening.
Yeah.
I was like, can we please get to the point?
Yeah, like move on.
He was savoring every moment. He was letting her call him crazy because he knew he had the goods.
Yeah, I guess. Like I said, I was annoyed.
He had already, because mind you, the reason Ethan is there, he's supposed to be at work. This is during the workday. It was to tell her that Julian kicked her out of Crane Industries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we already did that last week.
I did not know.
And then she called Alistair, and Alistair's like, you have no right. And and Julian was like, well, I do, father. And then Theresa's like, well, you don't have any proof. And Julian's like, well, I do have proof, but the proof is on the way. Bruce is the proof. So Bruce shows up and says nothing. That's the problem. Yeah. And I think that's the problem that I was having is like, okay, you say you have proof, and the proof is on the way. Then the proof shows up and says nothing.
Yeah. They were building it up. They were stretching it out. She pulls out I
don't mind them building it up, stretching it out. This took it to a whole other level.
Yeah, this was
my critique isn't even about the characters as much as it is about the way this was written. If I was watching this from day to day, the way it was meant to be watched, I would still be extremely frustrated. You know what I mean? It's like every day I'm getting on like, what is it that Bruce has on Theresa? What is it that Bruce has on Theresa? And I guess in a way, that's one of the ways that get people to tune back in, keep tuning in. Yeah. But I also feel like if I go 4 or 5 days and you're dangling this thing in front of me and it never comes up, I might lose it. I could possibly lose interest.
That's actually one of the reasons why I jumped in and out so much with passion is because 9 times out of 10, that's what they did. And I'm like, and most times I could pick right up because it could be a couple weeks to a month or so later, and it's the same day, same story, same dialogue.
Same dialogue is what kills me. Yeah, it's the same dialogue, and I wonder how the actors felt. Like particularly, I thought about this in the Sheridan and Louise storyline. I was like, how did this lady feel having to say this same dumb shit over and over and over and over again? Mm-hmm. The same line over. I think
about Amber Riley going, "You would too for a paycheck."
Hey, Coco Jones. It was Coco
Jones. Oh yeah, that's right. She's quoting.
And I was gonna be employee of the month, and that's on period. And you would, yes, I did that, and you would too for a check.
Mm-hmm. So I forgot. It's because she used that sound anytime they do the Glee.
She said, "I was an employee. An employee." And I was going to get employee on the month, and that's
thank you for fixing that.
I was an employee. I do love that. So that's how these actors are. They're employees, and they're just doing their job.
But as a regular watcher, you'll start to realize that, like, just jump to Friday. Because that's when all the reveals happen. Just get there on Friday or get there on Monday because they're going to recap it again on Monday and re-show you the big thing.
Mm-hmm. Spot on, Maria. Thank you. Spot on.
That's probably why they stretched it. They're like, how are we going to get this to Friday? Because we need to leave it on the cliffhanger.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? Actually, these episodes aired kind of weird because the last 2 episodes aired on Monday and a Tuesday.
I felt it in when it happened.
Something happened in March of 2003 that must have preempted.
Oh,
Thursday and Friday.
It threw off the days and the numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. The banner in the bottom too that they're or in the beginning of one of the episodes, this is preempted by
the Iraq War, I think, is what it was.
Possibly.
Isn't that crazy? Like, I saw that
where we are now.
I know.
Shit, basically.
It was in 2003, and I'm thinking, what was I doing in 2003? I was
still in high school. I was sophomore.
I was in class. Yeah, guess what? The Iraq War started March 20th, 2003. That's why I got in. That's why
in March.
And it was around the 20th because I was like, oh, we're getting close to my birthday.
Yeah.
When I was watching the episodes. That's what happened.
So we declared war on Iraq, and then Passions got preempted. I'm sure a lot of people were pissed about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. So anyway, let me go back to my notes.
Nothing hurt more than when you went back to your VCR, rewound the tape, and you're like, what is this? What's happened?
What is this?
I know.
Like news.
You get home and you're like, what the fuck? I don't care about the breaking news. Give me the headlines.
You had already labeled the tape and everything.
Yes.
Like,
and then it preempted, and if you don't know, then you don't know. You got to watch it like 2 a.m. that night. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes they'll tell you if like the Olympics were on, they'll be like, oh, it's going to air at 2. But breaking news, they just cut in. And then the worst part is there's no YouTube. There's no place to go back and watch
the episode.
You just lost it.
You lost the episode, which was them repeating everything from the first episode. But it still pissed us off because we wanted to know, did they repeat it or did they give us something? They might have given us Divorce Court. And we could have lost Divorce Court.
We would have missed Divorce Court, and Divorce Court was fun.
Yes.
Yeah, so we got a Friday episode on a Tuesday, actually, which is interesting. So
I laughed that one time, Latoya, you're like, just a bunch of millennials talking about
just a bunch of millennials talking about the good old days.
Well, I mean, we're gonna
Gen X right here with us now, right? Maria, you Gen X.
I'm Gen X, so I was the adult watching this show, which is why my perspective is different than the rest of you guys.
And we're all elder millennials. I say elder.
I'm an elder millennial.
I am not an elder millennial. I ain't an elder shit.
I am.
I am, and I own it.
I'm not no elder nothing. I am a solidly middle of the road millennial. Okay,
you're spry.
Because millennials are from, I believe, 1982 or 3. It's like, because my sister was born in 1982 to 1996, and I was born in 88, so I fall right in the middle.
I was so disappointed when I found out I was a millennial.
I know, so did I.
I wanted to be part of Gen X. I thought
Gen X is the best generation.
I looked up to my
forgotten generation, the generation nobody cares about or thinks about.
No one bothers us. No one bothers us. We were latchkey kids. We took care of ourselves. We would go out.
We also did that.
But I will say,
we did all the things that we did all the things Gen X did, but also had used the internet. And because
so I will say, once I found out who I was distinguished from as a millennial, then I accepted it. It was because what's the generation after millennial?
Gen Z.
I thought I was being conflated with Gen Z, and then I realized we were our own thing.
Yeah, millennials
no offense,
are our
Gen
own
Z.
thing.
God bless them.
I really young. Zennial, though, instead of millennial, because it is part Gen Z, part millennial, because I relate more to Gen Z than I do millennial. And I was born in 87.
You relate more to the younger kids than you do millennials?
No.
So Gen X.
Gen
X. Which still is a mixture of X-Zennial.
Oh, I said it wrong. My bad.
It doesn't matter.
Or is it Zennial? I think it's Zennial.
I played Oregon Trail and died of dysentery. That is how old I am.
Well, I mean, I was born in 87, so, I'm kind of...
Yeah, me and you, we're not elder millennials, girl. We are the millennials. We fall right in the middle of like center of millennials. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. Passions.
Passions, yes.
I just want you to know, Maria's holding her fingers like Mr. Burns, being like,
yes,
excellent, a long episode. Excellent.
Yes.
She's like, I haven't even gotten to Gwen having a nice little smile and just a little bit.
I loved it. All of it. It was good. So I ate it all up.
Bruce.
So good.
Let's get Bruce. Never again be subject to abuse for your immense caboose. You'll have... Wait, what are the words? Damn. I used to know that.
I haven't heard Matilda in a long time.
Oh, man, I love Matilda.
That
was one of my go-tos for my kids when I grow up, and Naughty and Revolting Children.
Those are great songs.
Oh, so honey, every other year I had a class singing those.
I saw Leslie Margarita play the mom, and she was so funny.
As a matter of fact, this is kind of sad, but the reason I stopped, the moment I realized I couldn't teach anymore, I was standing in front of a classroom of kids, and they were singing beautifully. They were singing "When I Grow Up," and I started to cry, and I was I was so emotional because my siblings had passed.
Yeah.
And all of these feelings and memories and things started flooding back to me. And I was like, I don't belong in the classroom. I can't listen to children sing. I'm much better now. But at that time, I broke down completely. And I was like, if I can't listen to them sing these beautiful songs, I shouldn't be in the classroom. So when I grow up, it's so good. Ugh. If you haven't listened to Matilda, do it. Anyway,
it's a great show.
We cannot stay on track, y'all. This is the most ADHD episode ever. If Andrew was here, we'd be fucked.
Oh my God. 100%.
So anyway, who was cool? Tom Joyner.
Oh, Tom on the morning show. You pushing my button.
Yeah, I like it.
That's the soundboard button for me. Yeah. You know, you just push my button. Okay, so Bruce, he shows up. Theresa doesn't really recognize him, and then she kind of says, I have a hazy recollection of him. And then she finally remembers, she thinks back on everything that she can remember, and she's like, Bruce, he was the best man at my wedding to Julian. So then Julian just keeps telling Theresa that she's not his wife and to get out of his house, and he has no proof. And eventually he says, I do have proof. And then he and Rebecca laugh at Theresa for 15 minutes, and then,
probably half the episode,
and then still present no proof. And then Bruce is standing there still saying nothing. Theresa then goes and gets her marriage certificate, her marriage license, brings it out. She's like, I have this marriage certificate. And she says that Ethan checked it out, said that also, no, keep going. So she says, Ethan, this is genuine, right? And Ethan's like, yes, as far as I know, that is a genuine document from Bermuda, that you are married to Julian. And so Julian calls security on Julian calls security on Theresa.
Yes, he's kicking her out. He is treating her how she was treating everyone else. Because how many times did she threaten to throw out Julian in his own home? So yes, I was loving it. She was getting what she was dishing.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And Maria's loving it.
I'm loving it.
So
I'm loving it also on behalf of all of my Gwen fans.
All 12 of y'all.
Hey.
Maria is a lot of people's favorite podcaster.
There's 13 of us. No, I'm joking.
That's right.
Yeah, don't forget.
I know there's.
I don't care if there was 3 of us. I'm doing it for us.
Listen, you're gonna do it for you. Listen, I respect it. I respect that. Anyway.
Just so you know, this is all inundated with racist jokes throughout the entire thing.
Yeah. Did you write any down? I didn't write any.
I did write some of them down. Some of my favorites. Lock, Stock, and Burrito. That one is pretty. As a Latin, that's pretty. I should.
Ooh, a burrito sounds good.
I'm Latin, and I was not offended. But
no, I just at this point it's so. And back then, again, I think we had thicker skin, but me and my mom would just laugh at these stupid. We'd laugh. We just thought they was so stupid. Yeah. Like they're not. They're not.
They're written in a way
borderline
to make the audience understand these are racist people.
Yes.
Without having
the heavy hitter racist words.
Without having to be overtly, and it is overt, but without having to be like super malicious.
Yeah.
They do walk kind of a fine line because it is goofy, right? And so as long as it kind of stays in that goofy vein, they can kind of get away with it a lot better than if they had truly started saying some of the stuff that Ivy was saying. Ivy was saying some stuff that was really, really bad.
Yeah, really bad.
I think with Ivy is because she was using more generalized language, talking about people as a whole. These are being directed at Theresa.
Yes, this was.
But, they're calling her names.
Yeah, they're calling her names, but they're calling her names based on her ethnicity. So
because they called her Evita, and then of course they do the thing where they start talking really bad Spanish. So they were like on delay. So I'm laughing because it's so funny to hear them say these things.
Yeah.
At one point, Julian says something like, this is a place for people of class. There will not be any more piñatas. There will not any more dirty food. And to which Fox was like, oh, people with class? I guess you better get out, Rebecca.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. I loved it.
That was so good.
And Rebecca did a great job of like not looking at Fox and just being like, I'm not even going to condone, like,
she's riding high. She's not even letting the insults get to her.
I think she said something along the lines of, I'm so happy right now. Nothing you say. Nothing you say will make me turn negative. Nothing I won't even respond to what you have to say to me because like I'm too happy with what's going on right now.
This just reminds me why a lot of us fell in love with Fox to begin with. He only had one damn thing to say pretty much in these episodes, and it was to come to Theresa's defense.
Yeah, and he actually just stayed with her the whole time.
Yeah. That was sweet.
Shoulders and was trying to comfort her.
Yeah. I agree. I like Fox a lot.
I love Fox.
I really do.
I do.
So finally, after so much recap, and I do understand why they recapped all the Bermuda stuff, right? They had to. It had happened so long ago. So I get why they did that, to be honest. But finally, he says that he and the other guys that were down in Bermuda with Julian were annoyed with Julian because he was talking about how he was such a babe magnet and he could have any woman he wanted. And when they saw Theresa, they all thought she was so beautiful, but she wouldn't pay them any attention because she was so focused on talking to Julian. And so they decided to play a prank on Julian. He says, my buddies and I were jealous because Theresa wouldn't have anything to do with us, and she wound up talking to Julian over champagne. He eventually says, we staged a fake wedding between you and Julian. The wedding was fake. You're not Mrs. Julian Crane. You never were. Let me bold that because that's a good episode title. So
and just so y'all know, there was another round where we had to do the step and repeat over and over again because Theresa called Alistair to get it to stop.
Girl, sorry, not girl. You're not a girl.
I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. All I need is time.
I call everybody girl. I do it all the time. I have to catch myself a lot.
My friend Velma, who I love dearly, she and her cousin have gotten closer and they hang out a lot. And he is the straightest guy in the world. And she'll be like, bitch, the other day. And he's like, stop calling me.
Bitch is a neutral. Bitch is a gender neutral term.
Yeah.
I agree. And again, as a Gen
far as
X
I'm concerned,
and millennials, no, that was a word that we just. It was a term of endearment.
One day it just became a part of my vocabulary. Like one day it was a bad word that nobody could ever call me and I wouldn't call somebody else. And then it feels like truly the next day it was like, oh, bitch, like, and it didn't carry any weight whatsoever anymore.
I think because the censors lifted the ban on it, because then you heard it on TV all the time and you didn't hear it on TV. And Key and Peele, remember Key and Peele? They were like, bitch.
I call her whore. Dirtiest whore ever.
It's crazy how many of these curse words that are bad for women, like that, that they would let through. But you could not say, you know what you couldn't say? God damn it. They bleeped it.
Yeah.
They bleeped that. They bleeped the shit out of that. I think they would bleep fuck.
I love watching Golden Girls. I love watching Golden
do.
Girls on Hallmark because they'll censor the words.
Oh my God, really?
The funniest words, they'll censor them.
Yeah. I used to watch on Hallmark too. They used to do the same thing with Frasier. But
or just cut it out completely. You would tell that the edit was weird. You're like, what?
Yeah, you can see that they're like, it's not. Yeah, it doesn't. You're like that. And what was the word? It couldn't have been that bad. But yeah, the censors let a lot of stuff through that are, bad for women. But anyway, so the wedding was fake. You're not Mrs. Julian Crane. You never were, honey. And this information rocks Theresa's world. She doesn't believe it at first, but then the more it goes on, the more she's like, what is going on? So she asks for further explanation, saying like, what about the justice of the peace? Like, there was a justice of the peace. We have a marriage certificate. Like, I don't remember much, but I do remember the justice of peace. And why was he acting so weird? Because he was acting really weird when Ethan tried to marry her in Bermuda. Remember that? He tried to marry her in Bermuda, and the justice of the peace was acting really weird about it. Like, no, I can't do that. So anyway, I have a clip.
Yay.
Of basically, I have 2 clips. No, I have 3 clips of Bruce.
Ooh.
No, I have 4 clips.
Keep adding them.
Do I hear 5? 5.
I do have 5 clips. I do actually have 5 clips.
Do I hear 6?
No, that's it. I have 5 clips. They're all fairly short.
Before you play them, because before the whole reveal, there was a moment, and I had to write it down, where Ethan's like, look, Theresa's not going anywhere until I get answers. And I'm like, bitch, who the fuck is in this house?
Oh, yeah. I did gloss over that, because when the security comes to take Theresa away, Ethan and Fox get between security and Theresa. They put their bodies between her and the security so that they can't. And they're both like, you're not taking her anywhere. Which I will say is like, at that point, Julian had presented no evidence.
Exactly.
Nothing. So it's like, no, you're not taking her anywhere until, because you could just be saying bullshit. This could all just be bullshit. You know what I mean? So I did appreciate it. Gwen didn't. But I did appreciate it.
But that's also because Gwen knew. So it's like, she's just waiting for them to fucking say it too. She's probably also sitting there like, hurry the fuck up.
Yeah,
so
like,
get the fuck out of here. Hello.
So actually, I believe in these clips, I have like the one little conversation Gwen has with Rebecca. They do so little this week. So
it was more all Gwen giving face.
Yes, very much.
She was very much her mother's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Except for when Ethan was like defending her, then she's all like,
yeah.
Which I don't blame her either.
Yeah, she got frustrated with Ethan. But that's your man, girl. Stick beside him. That's the man you want. That's your man, girl.
Yep.
I just love that you're both wearing your team Theresa team.
I had to. I
said, oh no.
And I'm neutral. It's just a black shirt. I'm
in my fancy and Louise shirt.
I had to represent for my girl. I didn't wear I wore it like last week. I forgot to put on the
I need more
necklace
in my Dr.
I know I need to get more Passions merch.
And my
do you want a sedative or something to quiet your nerves?
Always. So just a reminder, if y'all don't remember, Maria gave me.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is the sedative one, which is I wore before. I wore this one before, but I meant to wear my Theresa one today and forgot. But here's the Theresa one. It says Passions Team Theresa. I don't know if you can see that.
Adorable. I love that.
And then it's got a laptop and a teddy bear.
Yep.
And a little heart. It's so cute. So actually, I'm gonna go on. And she gave me a bracelet that says Team Theresa or Lovable Lunatic. I think it says Theresa, my lovable lunatic. Yeah.
I love that. That's so sweet.
Yeah. So let me go on and put my girl's stuff on real quick. I have to represent. I have to represent my girl, Theresa. I felt really bad for her.
This is one of those moments where I've told y'all before, my mom's favorite catchphrase whenever Theresa was going through it was, "Ay, Teresa, te duele la cabeza." She would always say this rhyme, which was, "Theresa, your head hurts," but it was just like, but it always these things that Theresa gets herself into, right? So my mom would be like, "Ay, Teresa, te duele la cabeza."
Mm-hmm.
Bless her little heart. Yeah.
Yeah, basically is what my mom was saying. Bless your heart.
Bless her little heart. That's how I feel about her most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I'm like, okay, girl. Uh-oh.
Theresa Lopez Fitzgerald. That probably would have made the episode even more entertaining if Ivy was there. I'm a little sad she wasn't there.
Ivy could not be here. That's too much. That's too much. But I can't wait to see her reaction to this information coming out, though. I'm sure it's going to be hilarious. All right.
The Ivy Crane. I heard about you, Ivy Crane.
Ivy Crane. Ooh, your what did you say? Your reputation precedes you. All right, so clips. Y'all ready to get into? Y'all ready for this? Here's the clip.
It was a real wedding. It was real.
Theresa, calm down.
No, what they're saying is not true, okay? It wasn't fake. Julian and I are married.
I'm sorry, Theresa, but you aren't.
Nope.
Look, the justice of the peace said the words, but the ceremony was a fake. You didn't sign the papers, you didn't pay the fees, you didn't get the license. I mean, hell, you were so drunk you couldn't even say I do.
But our marriage certificate.
That's fake, too. I mean, actually, it's an official certificate that we stole and filled out ourselves. It's not real.
It was a fake wedding. This was fake.
Yep.
Would you hire Bruce to come here and lie, you sick freak? I assure you, I'm not a sick freak. I did not hire to lie.
I'm just a regular freak.
In justice and truth. The truth is, Theresa and I aren't married. Yeah, we'll see how true it is. Look, Theresa, I'm going to put a call into Bermuda, all right? Speak with someone in the local government. We will find out if that marriage certificate is filed.
Thank you, Ethan.
Well, good. Ethan will only confirm what Bruce has already told us. That you and I aren't married and we never have been married.
Ooh, that was a good shot right there.
Okay. So what? Oh yeah, it was. I wish it had freeze framed on it. Let me see, like this.
Oh, look at them.
Them.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know, I gotta say, and I think I have said this before, but when I judge One Act Play contests and I talk to the students and I talk to them about being subtle, I talk to them about playing subtext, I always use Rebecca as that example of like, you do not need to speak to have power on stage, and there's just some satisfaction of the two of them praying over her, like they look like vultures right now, and but in the best way. That's not a dig, Maria. It really is.
No,
like,
I know.
It is so cool to see them gloating back there in conjunction with Theresa's devastation. It is so cool. It's really good.
This is framed really, really well, honestly. So, there's more, honey. There is more. Speaking of Rebecca, speak of the devil.
Why don't you look happier? Theresa is going to be out of our lives soon for good.
Mother, I am so sick of Ethan running to defend Theresa at every turn. I mean,
that's your man.
Is the session with her going to be over? Look, when Teresa's finished as a Crane, look, she's going to be fired from Crane Industries. She's going to be thrown out of this house. You and Ethan are never going to have to see her again. I wish I could believe that. Just be patient. Soon she's going to be out of our lives forever.
Ethan, what did you find out? Julie and I are married, aren't we?
I'm sorry. The local government, Bermuda, has no record of your marriage to Julian. Bruce must be telling you the truth. You and Julian were never married.
Okay, I have two more clips, but I actually want to pause there and talk about how shitty of a lawyer Ethan actually is because because remember that whole thing with his mother and she was contesting the divorce and they went to court with Theresa over who was the real Mrs. Julian Crane. He didn't call Bermuda. He didn't go and check with the authority. Look how fast it took, how quick.
All he needed to do was make a phone call.
He was able to figure out that they were not really married just now. But he was supposed to be doing all this legwork for his mama, and he didn't have the wherewithal to call Bermuda. I know that sounds funny. Like I gotta go call Bermuda, but like to go call, the government.
He didn't do his due diligence. Yeah, he didn't do his due diligence. He must have just taken mind you, it was an official document, so he took it as face value without validating it.
Yeah, he didn't check it because anything can be forged. To be honest. obviously. And he's a lawyer. He should know that. Like he was supposed, and I remember, and I wish somebody out there who has the time, go back and find the time period when Ethan was working on his mother's case. Because I remember, and I could be remembering it wrong, but I remember him saying that he did check with Bermuda, that they are really married. So, and I remember, I don't know, is that a false memory?
I mean, because they had to spend the whole time having to figure out who the real Mrs. Crane was, and they had to use Theresa's as the trump card. Like, Theresa's was the end all because she is the true. It wasn't Rebecca. Rebecca has no foot to stand on. Ivy actually did, but it was Ethan that was like, "No, you're divorced."
And I remember him saying, "Yes, that's what it was." He was checking to see if the divorce was legal. And checked in Bermuda. So I guess maybe he didn't check the wedding. Maybe he didn't check that. I don't know.
Because I do think that this is one of those passion rewrites.
Yes.
Because Ivy sent an investigator. You're going to tell me the investigator didn't validate it?
Yeah, to Bermuda.
And that's how she found out they were married, was through the investigator. So he obviously talked to the government.
Oh, that's right.
So this is just a rewrite that we're supposed to accept. And I will accept it 102,000%.
The 13 people are like, yes!
And my other question is, was the justice of the peace in on it? That's unclear to me too, because they're saying that they never signed a license, they never did any of that. But he would have to witness it, like he would have to sign it.
I don't know. Like I said, it's got to be some sort of rewrite that they're just hoping people don't remember these details, and they're hoping that a podcast never later comes around to nitpick every little tiny thing.
Vulgar and
detrimental podcast.
So that's what I'm thinking. They just rewrote. They probably were like, okay, where are we going to take this storyline? Okay, well, let's dethrone Theresa. Yeah. Okay, how are we going to do this? And they brainstormed and came up with this and said, okay, there's enough holes in this that we could still do it.
Yeah, it's got to be a rewrite. You're right.
I just want to say that Rebecca and Gwen look really good in this episode. They were. I mean, like Liza's hair. There's not a hair out of place. It's like,
perfectly
whoa, they look
made
as HD as the show can get.
Yes.
On them, I was like, whoa, they look great. That outfit, Rebecca's brown little, it looks really good on her.
Yeah, they look good.
And it is so funny to see their contrasting hair colors together. Like,
I almost cosplayed as Rebecca for this recording. Yeah? Almost did it.
Oh, you should have. We would have loved that. Next time.
Well, I am going to sign up for the next week's of episodes. That's recording 2 weeks. So, yeah, you might see it.
Oh, Maria's not done.
Because this story is not done.
I was going to say, Maria's not done gloating. The 13 people are going to be listening.
All 13. And you know what? I might gain like 3 more after this.
I don't know who's on next week, but that's fine with me. And it's not next week. It'll be like
because next week is Mother's Day. So
next week it's Naya's birthday. So we're doing birthday stuff. Yeah, she was born on Mother's Day.
Naya.
Aww. I'll tell her. Yeah. So anyway,
happy belated birthday by the time this airs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I 2 more clips. Let's get into them.
Yes.
See, Theresa, it was all fake. You understand now, don't you, why I'm throwing you out of the house? Because we were never married. It was fake. The words, whatever they were, the justice of the peace, it was all fake.
Yes, and you are looking at the future very real, Mrs. Julian Crane. Isn't that right, Pookie?
Yes, well, we'll see in due time. Now, finding out how you plan to repay me the millions of dollars you get.
I'm not paying you shit.
Oh, yes, and don't forget about the house.
Yep.
Built and decorated for her mamacita using the Crane money. Oh, Lisa, you better hope to get another job really fast.
Yes, you'll have to find another hall to throw your fiestas in.
Julian, you don't have to be cruel.
Well, perhaps if she
was.
let me enjoy my conjugal rights, I wouldn't feel
that's good.
so harsh.
Well, you certainly don't have to worry about that with me, Cookie.
Hey, you okay?
It was a fake. It was a fake wedding.
You put me through hell, Theresa.
No, she didn't.
You
Yes,
put
she
her
did.
through hell too.
How did she put Julian through hell? How did she put Julian through hell?
He gave away his money.
Staying married to her. She didn't.
Here's the thing.
married to her.
I can accept y'all
She would
making. I can accept having issues with Theresa on Gwen's behalf. Having issues with Julian having issues with Theresa on Julian's behalf makes no sense to me. How the hell did she put him through hell? How?
It's I'm not gonna. I know what you're saying, but for Julian, it is being put through hell. It is, you're using my money. You're inconveniencing me. I mean, the man
That's
was
not, okay. Inconvenience and hell are two very different things.
But that's what.
Julian he's being grandeur.
Yes, but for him, that's what it is.
And I don't see how anybody could watch the show we've watched and be like, yes, she has put him through hell. No, she has not.
I mean, look, the man had to go suck dick with Timmy to make it by in the Wizard of Oz thing. That was the worst thing he's ever gone through in his entire life. This is...
And that was his fault.
Yes. I'm not defending Julian. I'm just saying for him, he thinks that this is it. But it's not. You're right. You are right. This is not... There was no... And Timmy didn't suck dick. I'm saying what I meant.
She hasn't done anything.
Julian had to do things he never thought he had to.
Anything to Julian besides be in his house, right? And use his things and
stay married and stay quote married to him when he wants to divorce her.
That's
you know what, Kelly? You're really pissing me off, Kelly. Yeah, Kelly, I am so tired of your shit. You be quiet over there.
Listen, Alistair was insistent that they couldn't get a divorce for Julian. Julian could have filed for divorce. Why did he not? Because of Alistair. It's not Theresa's fault. Actually, now we're talking about divorce again.
Wait a minute.
What you said earlier, you can't keep somebody trapped in a marriage.
You can't keep someone trapped in a marriage. But the reason why he didn't divorce her, and he said it a couple weeks ago, is because she would take him for everything that he got.
She should. He took it, and he's the one that married her. He's the one that got her drunk. But that's not. He did that to himself. That's not Theresa putting him through hell. That's Julian.
From Julian's perspective, that's going. But from Julian's perspective, that's going through hell.
That's Julian. Okay, but I'm saying, I'm not talking about Julian's perspective. What I'm saying is, one, Julian's perspective is wrong. It's incorrect. She did not put you through hell. If you're looking at it from anybody else's vantage, it's like, how did Theresa put you through hell? Okay, he could say what he has to say, and anybody will still be like, you did all of that to yourself. So that's the first part. And that's the second part is, I don't know how somebody would watch it and think, I agree with Julian. She did put him through hell. No, she did not. No, she didn't.
Exactly.
So
it's a matter of opinion, and I share that opinion.
Some opinions are wrong. Period.
Opinions are not wrong. Opinions are opinions.
And that's another thing. People think opinions can't be wrong. That's a misconception as well. Your opinion absolutely can be wrong. If you say that your opinion, and I'm going to use something very grand and hyperbolic here, but if you say that your opinion is that let's use this one. If your opinion is that Muslims are inherently evil, or the Islamic faith is inherently bad, that's a wrong opinion. You are wrong about that. You are wrong about that.
But you still can have the opinion.
What I'm saying is that opinions can be right or wrong.
Yeah.
An opinion can be wrong.
You're entitled to have it, but it doesn't mean it's right.
Exactly. Okay. Your opinion.
Now, with that said, I pose this hypothetical. Latara, there is a person who gets to live in your house now. Is that going to drive you crazy at some point? This person that you don't want to deal with?
I'm going to stop sharing so I can look at you.
I was giving a hypothetical. It would drive me crazy.
A person that I married?
That somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be married to them anymore.
It just might drive me crazy.
Okay.
But I did that to myself. I put
But you
myself
still
through
think
hell.
that you're going through hell because the person's tormenting you.
Okay, you might be in hell, but who did it? That is
true.
That's the caveat.
Yeah, both of those are true. Yes.
And I feel like actually, Maria, you make this point about Theresa a lot, that she did it to herself. You make that point about her a lot. Okay? So I'm making the same point about Julian. He did it to himself. He did it to himself.
Sure.
This is fantastic.
I'm not even disagreeing with that. I'm just saying from his perspective, he's saying that it's
I find this podcast invigorating and exciting.
What did I tell? What I warned you? I warned y'all earlier. I'm not accepting it.
It's fine.
I think I'm going to sign up for next week also. I'll be in the audience. I'll turn off my camera and watch the recording.
Yeah, let me join in to just watch.
Return to sender. Y'all know I love Maria. That's why I'm wearing her.
Yes, no, hey.
I know.
We all love Maria.
But no, and that's the thing about this group of people. I mean, we were playing games yesterday and we were just fucking around and messing around and people were laughing and joking. We get heated, we get excited, we get passionate.
We get
passionate.
And passionate talk like nobody's business.
Yeah. Because like Latara says, it's just a fucking show from like 20 years ago and no one should be taking it this personal.
Yeah, no.
Can you imagine? There's got to be listeners who don't interact with us at all, that they're probably like, "Oh, this was good. That was good. That was good today."
So
that guy needs to shut up so Maria and Latara
can keep fighting. I have one last clip. Give me one last clip. That song from Bye Bye Birdie, that's not exactly how it goes.
By the way, I almost had a bowl of popcorn pop because I knew you two were gonna go.
You know what's crazy is like there's actually so little this week, but it is one final big thing finally at the end of it. Like
finally at the end.
Yeah. So let's see what goes on to the oh Lord. Let's finish this. Let's finish this clip.
What you put me through this past year is unforgivable.
She looks like she's gonna throw up.
Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah,
I lost Ethan. The love of my life, the one thing that I wanted. I lost Ethan and
you did lose him.
You married Julia.
He can hear you.
She don't care.
Theresa.
She's unwell.
She is unwell, but we love her.
I told you that phone call I was waiting for was worth it. Theresa will be out of our lives forever.
Oh, I love Gwen's surfing face.
Nothing. For nothing.
Look how upset Ethan is.
Oh, Ethan.
Theresa.
Dumbass.
You all right?
All I lost is you. I've lost you forever.
Hey, Theresa.
What was not the reason why you're not with him? Get the fuck up. Wake up.
Okay, stop.
It's because you've been lying to him forever.
Can I just say, Latara,
my girl here.
Kelly, when Latara was like, "I gotta take this share off screen," and she was coming for me, I was like, "Oh no, I did that yesterday to Michelle." I was like, "Turn your camera on. If you're gonna vote me out, turn your camera on and do it to my face."
Do it to my face.
That was still one of the best quotes of the night when we were playing. Oh my god.
Do it to my face. Yeah. So Theresa, she's just
all of us.
Yeah, it's like, oh gosh. Maria's dancing. Yeah. I'm gonna say this about how I feel about this situation with Theresa. I do feel very bad for her in this moment because because she never wanted to be married to Julian, and the only perk of being married to Julian, the only reason she really stayed married to Julian is because she was like, well, at least I get something out of this. She really does end up with absolutely nothing at the end of this. And
again, we think that Julian is the father of little Ethan.
Right. Yes. And I was going to say that's something we need to discuss too, because if Julian is the father of little Ethan, and so what, you're going to kick her and the baby out, or are you going to just keep try to keep her from the baby? I know I know that eventually, I know there's a time when they like take custody of little Ethan. I don't exactly remember how when that comes up. But as far as the immediate aftermath of this right here, right now.
Mm-hmm. Take a pin on it. That's why I'm on next week too.
Okay, yeah. As the immediate aftermath, I wish that's the wrong button. Sorry.
Yes, that's the perfect.
That works
perfect.
too.
That works too. Yeah, no, they will be addressing the whole little
right away.
Right away.
Yeah, because I was like, she can't just leave her baby there.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm gonna let you see it fresh. I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
No, don't even say that much. Don't even say that much, Kelly. Let her watch it.
I think I vaguely remember something about her going to stay at the. Oh wait, the cottage burned down.
Yeah.
But I think she gets to. If I remember, she gets to stay here. Well, whatever. We'll see. It's probably whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll see eventually.
I'm having so much fun.
But yeah, I do feel for Theresa. She really has lost it all, and yeah, I don't know. It made me kind of emotional, honestly, because of her. She was such a, doe-eyed young girl, just naive. She didn't know what she was doing. She went, and then also Bruce, that whole prank and that being a trick. Yeah. I'm disgusted. It's just so utterly disgusting. And I'm actually disgusted for Theresa and Julian in that.
Yeah, this rich white man being able to do shit like that to each other.
No,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely hideous and
funny.
disgusting. And he's known this whole time and never said anything. It's one thing we did this thing, but also reveal that it was a prank. It's not a prank.
That day, that night, the next morning.
It's not a prank if you don't reveal it. It's not. It's just fraud. It's just fraud, right? Like, it's not a prank. It's just fraud.
Absolutely.
And this Bruce character, I hope we never see him again.
I don't think we do.
No, I think later on he says, I just didn't think it was going to go this far.
Yeah, he says it just got so out of control. It went too far. I never thought it would go this far. But you and Julian are supposed to be friends. Don't you know that he and Theresa and this is big news. Julian and Theresa's marriage was big news in all the tabloids.
And it was in every country, Antarctica, Mars. It was everywhere. Like, everyone knew this.
Yeah. And then the whole thing when Julian died, and the whole thing about who's Mrs. Julian Crane or what, who gets the estate or whatever. That would have been a good time for him to pop up and be like, oh, actually, that was not a real wedding, by the way.
If it were me, I would have been like, actually, I was the one that got married to Julian that night. Give me the money.
Give it to me.
I'm Mr. Julian Crane.
A whole new certificate that he has also forged. Yeah. Actually, it was
the thing is that, yes, they're friends, but they're not friends. They're just rich acquaintances. They were never friends. So he has no loyalty to tell him anything at any time.
Again, this is where I start to what does Alistair know and not know? Did Alistair really not know all of this?
I think Alistair really didn't know.
He didn't know.
Because we got him on the plane with his hot, sexy lady. There.
About to make a merger.
Yeah.
They called him
a merger.
He was like, I'm busy. Ugh, yuck. There was some stuff with Alistair, but I left.
I made a hand job joke the other day on
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
And we got into the math of what makes a hand job. So these are the things you're missing out in this vulgar Discord.
I told my friend about that, my best friend Greg about that, and he said it takes two more than what we surmised.
What? 5 strokes is you have to have 5 strokes to consider it a hand job.
That's
Absolutely
what you
said. We said that I think it's 3. 3 is you are in hand job territory. 3 and you are in hand job territory. You are.
This is when I phoned a friend and had Maria. Force Maria to be part of it.
You had poor Maria on the phone. Poor Maria, she was on
Tara's like, leave her alone.
I kept saying, I was like, leave Maria alone. Maria had, so to those of you listening, we had a game night. We had game night this past week, and Maria had said in the Discord more than once that she had a flight from Portland. And she was tired, she wasn't gonna make it. And I was like, yeah, she, again, more than once, she had put that in there. And then we were on the game night, having a good time. I guess, Eric, were you drinking?
Maybe.
Yes.
Eric had been drinking.
No,
Yes.
but here's the thing. Everyone was like, where's Maria? We miss Maria.
Yeah,
We
that's
wish
true, though.
Maria was here. And I'm like,
But it's true.
we just call her.
Yeah, she was like, we can call her. And I was like, leave Maria alone. Leave her alone.
Leave Maria alone.
Leave Maria alone. But then she was a trooper and hopped on and played with us. So
There's a reason why her song is called Give Me More, because you just want more.
Okay. So yeah, Bruce has
That's where it ends.
did all this and you did this for what?
Yeah, just to get at Julian. Just to get at Julian, really.
Honestly, have y'all ever seen? I probably not. Here's another Love and Hip Hop reference, but Cardi B at one point says, I can't remember who she was talking to. It doesn't matter. Cardi B at a reunion said, this girl was like, well, I had a reason for how I treated you. I had a reason. And Cardi B goes, what was the reason? Yeah. What was the reason? And that meme is how I feel about Bruce. What was the reason? Like, you did this for what?
For giggles, shits and giggles.
Yeah, for shits and gigs. And he's gross. Like I said, I hope we never have to see him again. Yeah. So
I don't think we do, though. I really
Good.
don't.
Great. Good riddance
He
to
might
bad
be in
rubbish.
some of the episodes for next week, because again, like this
Well,
does
next
go
week,
in.
yes. But after this, I mean.
Yeah, I don't think we ever see him again, because once this wraps up, there's no need to talk about Bermuda anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we're ready to move on to Shawise, honey.
Are we?
I mean,
But are we?
Are y'all? I'm
Yeah,
ready.
you? We are.
One of the things that was annoying me is Theresa tying the whole fake wedding to her losing Ethan. That irritated me, because that was not why you lost Ethan. Ethan wanted to marry you before you even left for Bermuda. He wanted to marry you while you were in Bermuda. The reason why he left you is because you lied constantly about it.
Yeah. I mean, if
Also-
she hadn't been married to Julian, though, like if that whole thing hadn't happened, right? Like even if she still, because he found out about Bermuda and them sleeping together and all of that, right? But even if he hadn't, but he didn't know about the marriage. So if the marriage had not happened, she and Ethan would have gotten back together, like stayed together. Does that make sense? But but because the marriage did come out, so I can see how she makes that. I understand what you're saying. I do. I also can see how she's making that connection, and I can, it makes sense to me too.
Yeah, but if she didn't lie about it and just told him about it.
Right, but you can say that about everything, right? Like, oh, but if she didn't lie about it, if they didn't do it's like, but she did, and they were still going to be together. But the marriage is what ended up kind of blowing it all up. Actually, the baby is what ended up blowing it up.
It was actually the baby, because he did find out they were going to get married.
Yeah.
They were going to get divorced, but then she lied about being pregnant.
Yeah.
So it was another lie.
Yeah. So it is a lie. But again, I'll say, I do understand how she's, I understand how Theresa, I know how the brain hurt. I know how she ticks.
She makes everything about Ethan. That's the thing.
I know how she ticks.
Yeah.
So I can see how she made that connection. The things, those things are connected. So
The education connection.
get connected for free with Education Connection. I was working for an hourly wage. I went to high school, didn't do great. Still, I want to make more cash. More education is what I'm looking at. I still had that one memorized.
Meanwhile, Ethan was like 1-800. Oh, it's TC.
Connection. Yeah, TC.
I could have both of them. They're both.
He said, wait a minute, I can make more cash with Education Connection? Yeah, get connected for free. Anyway, y'all ready to move on to Shawise?
Yeah. There was one little high five that I like between Gwen and Rebecca, and that was my last comment that I didn't mention.
They're happy. They're happy as clams. Things have worked out for them.
Me
far.
and my 13 other friends.
Yeah. No, honey, it's 13 including you. Oh,
Timmy, no.
Timmy's standing up for you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
A feather just flew
Timmy
down.
tried to come for me.
Yeah.
Timmy said, enough is enough, princess.
Enough is enough. Okay, so let's do this. Let's try to do this as fast as possible.
Yeah.
This is going to be 2 episodes, though, but let's try to do this as fast as possible. We're in Shawise. I hated everything.
You are my passion for life.
That's the synopsis. That's the recap. Everything.
We should tell Antonio. We're not going to tell Antonio. We're going to tell Antonio. We're not going to tell Antonio.
Yeah,
Nurse comes in and gives news. Go ahead and tell the news.
It's the Sheridan's pregnant. Of course.
That's it.
We don't know who the father is.
She don't know who the baby daddy. Let's talk
Well,
about
we
it.
didn't even get there yet.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
This is all so incredibly ridiculous. So first, I'm gonna let Eric deal with the pressure. That's the first thing I'm gonna talk about, so we can get that out of the way. So first, we see Beth with Edna, and she's kind of introducing Edna to Precious, her orangutan nurse.
Orangutan.
Yes. So
Not a monkey.
I have not been here, so this is my first time seeing Precious back all these years later. And the first thing I was like, oh my God, Precious is here. It's just stupid monkey jokes. All it is. I'll give you the highlights.
Monkey business, if you will.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
It's very much.
He's an orangutan.
Now, with that said, she is a legitimate. Listen, if Ethan can be a lawyer in Harmony, this monkey can be a nurse in Harmony.
And she's better at her job than Ethan is.
She
at
is
his.
really good at her job. Now, she's still learning some things, but Edna makes some great jokes in this. She's like, you're going to have to get Jack Hanna to pick up you-know-who and take him to the ZOO. It was just funny little quips like that. She's going at Beth about, like, Luis wasn't yours to steal. You lost him years ago. And then she's like, he wants me. He really wants me. And she's like, I don't see him breaking the door down over here. It was just those Edna jabs that make me happy.
I did appreciate the one. I want to just stop and go to the one that you talked about. I did appreciate her saying to Beth, Luis had plenty of time before Sheridan ever came back to Harmony to come back over here and pick you back up, and he never did.
And that's why she said, I don't see him breaking the door down over here. Yeah. She just going at him, and then it was very much Dorothy and Sophia dialogue, because at one point she's like, you need to go back to that store where you picked up this monkey and get a male one, because that's the closest you'll ever get to getting with a man.
Oh, yeah.
Get it geared up again. She's like, Luis is top banana, honey, and he's way out of your league. Then after that, finally, she does leave, and then it is Precious and Edna
Monkey
hijinks.
business for sure.
No,
Yeah.
she does get a good one on Antonio. She was like, "Oh, Antonio, he gets his sight back, but he's still blind." I loved it.
Yeah, I love that too.
That was the best line,
He's
I
still
think.
blind.
It really is. Apparently, Precious smells Edna and recognizes she needs a diaper change. They go off camera. You see the walker go flying out of the room, and Precious has diapered Edna, but over her dress.
I was gonna say, because that's what
So, I mean, it's like the monkey, the orangutan. They do a lot of monkey versus orangutan conversation, but it does know how to do the things. It's still learning the things. And so they have a food fight. I did laugh. Precious throws a tomato and hits Edna in the titty, like, perfectly. And the note that I wrote down was tomato to the titty. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it really is just them kind of getting used to each other. And if you have never, I don't know who's hearing this that doesn't know Passions, but if you are a first-time watcher, because maybe there are people that were like...
there are people who are watching for the first time.
If you are a first-time watcher and you were like, how cute, they brought in a monkey and hijinks, because we've had cougars, we've had donkeys, we've had all kinds of... We've had murder... yes, orangutan. I'm going to be like that with Reese and Ross. She's not going anywhere. Precious is here for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
future.
Yeah. I do want to say, throughout, when Beth is there with her, Edna does keep calling Precious a monkey, and Beth keeps correcting her, mother, Precious is an orangutan. So I
I love a running joke.
That she's like, she's not a monkey. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you so much for that, because I didn't take any notes on that shit.
Oh, I didn't either. I just said, of course, there's monkey business.
Monkey business.
And then
the closest to magic we got, besides.
And then the Antonio Blind comment. That's like the only thing I wrote down for them.
Yeah. Edna and Precious hijinks. Somebody talk about this. That is the note. I refuse. I just refuse. And I haven't been feeling good. So I was just like, I'm not. And this whole storyline in general, like, it was just not doing it for me.
I also haven't heard that music cue in a long time, and I'm like, oh god, this music cue is gonna be here for a long time.
What is it?
Like, it's like, it's like this, little funky, like the monkeys here music. It's gonna be here for us.
Yeah.
Okay. For a long time. So let's go over to the hospital. A reminder that last week, Sheridan and Luis are trying to tell Antonio the truth about them, but instead of just saying it, Luis uses rhymes and riddles and limericks, and he's just like, there once was a man from Peru who lived in a shoe, and I don't know him, but he loved another woman who had, like, he was just like saying the story in the most roundabout way fucking possible. And Antonio's a fucking idiot, so he is not picking up, or he is picking up on it. I have decided that he knows what the fuck is going on. It's clear. It's just obvious at this point. It's just so obvious. So, yes, after all Luis's little riddles and rhymes about, you know, there was a man and there was a woman and they were very much in love, but then something horrible happened, and then another man came into the picture, but then the other man came back. And, oh, shut up! Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay, I'm not gonna do that again. No, I am.
I wonder what your neighbors are like. Man, there's some. Luckily, man just drives that woman crazy. Like,
I know.
Whoever that Antonio pisses her off every Sunday around this time.
Around this time, he's pissing her off. I live on the corner, and I don't have any neighbors on this side, but my downstairs neighbor probably, because I don't have anybody upstairs.
There's
but
this woman in love with this man named Antonio, and she's just constantly telling him to shut up.
I know I'm loud. So, anyway, Antonio, y'all, let me go ahead and get my button ready. Actually, I'm gonna give you a preemptive this.
Oh, bro, this guy stinks.
Antonio, it's just.
But Luis deserves it too, because he stretched this out way too long.
Yes.
Luis. Well, I'm not gonna give it to Luis yet. But yeah,
this story was stupid.
It was stupid. It was stupid.
I hate that. It's
I'll give it to him. Guy stinks.
I'll give it to him.
She could have just
Sheridan too. It's Sheridan's fault also.
Yeah.
Sheridan.
The worst.
Yeah, Sheridan might be the worst. Actually,
she is the worst.
This
because
is the worst.
Luis has to say, like, I get he's like, I can't. He doesn't want to make the move without her because she's gonna be the one that gets pissed off if he would have already done it. He would have already done it months ago, years ago.
Well, he needs to just do it. So. Okay, so after the rhymes and riddles, where Luis tells this story about a man and a woman who fell in love, but another man came, and then the other man came back, blah, 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 Antonio starts to talk about, he says that he knows what's going on, even though he certainly does not. Is what I wrote in my note. He says, I'm the one that has to live with this searing, gut-wrenching pain for the rest of my life. And I know why you didn't tell me. I mean, why kick a man when he's down, right? But I didn't die. I lived, unfortunately.
Right.
And you didn't want to live any longer with a brother's betrayal eating away at you like this. Luis, I have to tell you something. I'm so sorry.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Everybody, notably Sheridan is annoyed. Like, did y'all see the way Sheridan rolled her? Like, she threw her head back and like huffed and rolled her eyes because
at one point, Pilar Miguel looked at him like he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, because Luis is like, what? When he apologized, Luis is like, what? Antonio says, I know this is about another man coming between you and Beth, and you lost her, and it's all my fault. Can you ever forgive your own brother for doing such a terrible thing?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, I got frustrated because nobody said anything about Beth, Antonio. He's always bringing Beth up. Nobody said anything about Beth.
He should have fucking married Beth. Jesus.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say this. I thought for a second, I was like, maybe he's feeling guilty about something that maybe him and Beth like hooked up in the past at one point or something. Maybe I was hoping. I don't know why I should lose all my hope for this show. I should lose all my hope for this show. There's nothing to hope for here. Because he brings up Beth and just makes up completely makes up a story about a man, some mysterious man coming between Luis and Beth. And he makes it about him by saying that's because you had to leave her when I left, and he must have came back. That man must have came back into the picture now that y'all got back together. Like, shut up.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
He got 2 sound clips. He could have. I'm surprised he didn't just go back to like, oh, you must be talking about Diana and her dead lover.
Right, which they were.
They kind of, yeah. But to bring up Beth, like, this is why I'm saying, and this is just the beginning, but it starts here, and as we go on this week, I'm just like, he knows, he has to know. So no, he's just that dumb. He really is just that dumb.
I guess I hate that for him, and I hate it for me.
Yes, because like you have said before, it would have been an easier, more palatable storyline if he knew and he was doing this shit on purpose. Oh, I would be like, what a fucking brilliant man. He's just
I might even be on his side.
Yeah, because at least it would be to the depths of Ivy deception, Julian deception.
Maybe not all the way on his side, but I might even be the same way that I said that I'm siding with Simone because Whitney has been lying to her and she started it. I feel like I would feel similarly about Antonio if he figured out what was going on between Sheridan and Luis and they are just refusing to tell him the truth and lying to his fucking face. And then he just decides, you know what? I guess I'll play along. If you're stupid, I'm dumb. Huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess I'll play along. And like you said, would be far more palatable. This, it's just nonsense. It's nonsensical. And I know Passions is infamous for being nonsensical, but we're dragging this.
That's
we're really dragging this.
That really was it.
Because I could not take the on again, off again. Will they? Won't they? Did.
I'm gonna have to get one. I'm gonna have to get one of your shirts. I'm gonna have to do that because. I can't do this with Sheridan and Luis anymore. I'm sick of this. So
Tabitha doesn't have to do anything to keep them apart.
I said that a while back. I was like, when she had to work overtime to sink the fucking Titanic, now she's just like, okay, let me teach this little girl how to play with magic books. Like,
yeah, she's just like, this one's on autopilot. They're
I've been working on that curse for thousands of years. So
they're destroying themselves
flawlessly.
Yeah. So, anyway, he goes on to bring up the fact that Luis and Beth still haven't gotten married. And then, like I said, he makes up this fantasy. He's clearly in denial. About what's going on. Miguel, who used to be one of the dumbest people on the show, but he's not as dumb as Antonio. Miguel says to Pilar, Antonio still doesn't get that Luis and Sheridan are talking about themselves. I mean, how many times does this make that he's misunderstood? And Pilar says, I don't know, mijo. Too many to count. Yeah, too many to count. How many
Goes to show it was Charity that was making him dumb. Now that he's not with her, he's finally starting to get brains.
Well, he got some recently. He also recently, so it alleviates a lot of stuff.
And he's probably going to his classes now. And he's in school.
You think? I hope so. Yeah. I hope that. He needs to be bettering himself for that baby, that child that's on the way. But anyway, yeah. Pilar says, I don't know, too many to count. He has misunderstood too many times for us to even keep up with anymore. And she should be ashamed that that's her son. That was mean. That was mean.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Firstborn.
Well, anyway, so Antonio refuses to listen because Luis is like, no, he keeps trying to interject and be like, no, this isn't about Beth. This is about you. And Antonio just is not listening. He says, I don't know why I didn't see it before, but when I came back from the brink of death, see, you see how he put that in there? He's trying to guilt them, right? When I came back from the brink of death, by the way. When I came back from the brink of death, I should have known something was wrong when you and Beth weren't married. Yeah, you should have known something wasn't right when they weren't married, right? Like you should have picked up on something. And I think
he shouldn't have came back because you said pull the plug on me.
Yeah, you shouldn't have came back, actually.
Yeah, you should be dead. You wanted to be dead. You said, don't give me the drug.
See how me and Maria can unite.
We are a family, like a giant tree, branching out toward the sky.
Yes, hun, we are a family, and we might fight a little bit here and there, but we on the important issues, we are aligned.
Yes, the important ones. Exactly.
We are aligned. Okay, so...
Sorry, Mr. Bergeron.
Yeah, he left because he's like, y'all are talking about my blind man that can see but still's blind to stuff.
So blind. So he says he should have seen something was wrong, but he says, but all I could think about was how happy I was to be reunited with Sheridan. I'm sorry for being so selfish, and I'm sorry for not being the brother that you deserve. And my next note is, I hate him!
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And then he starts apologizing to everybody in the room, even though Luis and Sheridan clearly has something to tell him, and he's not letting them tell him. And then later has the fucking audacity, the gall, the unmitigated gall to be demanding somebody tell him the truth. They were trying to tell you the truth, and you wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And the guilt. Oh, he even said, I would have rather been dead than not be with Sheridan.
The guilt tripping is insane. The guilt tripping is insane. That's exactly what he says. He starts apologizing to everybody in the room, and then he talks about the agony that Luis must be. Like, he is milking this. He's like, you must be in so much agony having lost the woman you love. And saying, I can't even imagine what it would be like if I lost Sheridan. In fact, I don't think I would want to live anymore. Shut up. Shut up. I can't.
He doesn't even pick up on the fact that Sheridan never validates any of this shit.
Neither does Luis.
Well, when was the last time they had sex?
Luis is actively telling him he's wrong. Luis is actively telling him, no, you're not listening. No, you're not. You don't understand. No. And he keeps cutting Luis off and saying, no, I understand. And then before Luis can tell him, because Luis is determined at this point to tell him the truth, right? Before Luis can tell him, he's like, I just need some time alone. Can you all just give me some time alone? How fucking convenient. You need some time alone now because right on the brink of when he was about to tell you the truth, he's like, sorry, Luis, I just need to deal with this. Well, and from the way you were talking, you are the person who did something wrong. So do you get to make demands on people to tell them to leave or get out? No, you need to face you're talking to that you think you're supposed to be getting. Hello? But no, he's like, I just need some time alone to think about this. I truly hate him. I truly hate him. And if you like Antonio as a character, I don't hate you because I don't know you, but you need to get yourself evaluated because just saying.
Do not join the Discord.
Do not join the Discord, honey. I don't want you. Actually, that's not true. Because I think maybe we could bring you over to the bright side. We just got to get you away from the dark side and bring you over to the good side. So, actually, if you do like Antonio Tom Bergeron, please come back so we...
Tom Bergeron.
Please come back. So that we can help you with this, help you through this crisis, help you through your crisis, because liking Antonio is definitely a crisis. So Antonio says, I know you're frustrated. Oh, because Luis keeps trying to tell him that this isn't about Beth. But Antonio just hears what he wants to hear. He's like, I know you're frustrated. Please, if I could just have a little time alone. I just want to collect my thoughts and try to make sense of all this mess I've made of things. Well, we can help you make sense of that, actually. Let us talk to you. Let us speak. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Luis says the way to fix things is for the truth to come out. And Antonio says, Sheridan, can you please just take him into the hall? I don't want to see him upset like this. One of the things that one thing that really, really bothers me when I'm talking to somebody is when I am trying to be clear and direct and honest with somebody and they tell me that I'm upset. Don't fucking tell me how I'm not upset. I'm telling you what the fuck it is. I'm not upset. I can get upset if you want me to, but I'm not upset. And I don't like that. I don't like that he's like, I don't like how upset Luis is getting. Send him out into the hall. Yeah, well, I'm not upset, but you're not listening to me.
Yeah.
And you continue that, it is going to upset me. And actually, if you don't want to see me upset, then stop cutting me off. Let me talk. I hate that. Because I've had like conversations with people where we are having a discussion. And you'll see how things can get heated, right? Mm-hmm. But we're having a discussion, but all of a sudden, oh, you're so upset. You're so upset. No, don't do that, because we were having a heated argument. We were having a discussion. And if I'm upset, you're upset. Stop. Yeah. Please. I don't like that. Anyway. It's a way to invalidate you. I think that's why I don't like it. It's a way to invalidate everything you said. Well, you're just being emotional. You're just upset and you're emotional. And I don't like that because
and then you're telling someone else to take you out of the room. Yeah. Like, you're right there.
You can't control yourself.
And I'm right there. You can talk to me. Why are you talking to somebody else? Like I'm not in the room.
And that's another good point. That's another good point. That would upset me as well. That would upset me as well, actually. I'm right here. If you want me to take a step out, okay, but Sheridan can't make me leave. Shit. I'm a grown-ass man. Well,
he could leave. Why don't you leave?
Why don't you leave? They do leave. They do go out to the hallway, and Luis says, before they go in the hallway, Luis says to Antonio, I've got good reason to be upset here. And then Pilar insists that they give Antonio some alone time. And so when they go out into the hall, which it's like they're a foot away, 2 feet away. Sheridan exclaims, God, things just keep going from bad to worse. What are we going to do, Luis? You heard Antonio in there. He said that he would rather be dead than live without my love. God.
Then die.
Bitch.
Nobody owes you to be there forever. I mean, it's just...
In the words of Blanche Devereaux, eat dirt and die. Eat dirt and die, trash. That's what it said. Eat dirt and die, trash.
And like we've already said, she should not be held hostage in this marriage. She should get a divorce.
She should get an annulment. They barely even been married. Well, yeah, you're right.
There's a consummation that apparently,
well, I don't know. There's no way they consummated this marriage. There's simply no way they consummated this marriage. He fell into his coma earlier. Yeah, he fell into his coma just after their wedding, right? Like they were on their honeymoon, so they did not consummate this marriage. They've had sex before the marriage. They had premarital sex, if you will, but they have not consummated this marriage.
We'll get there, but it annoys me that she doesn't know who the baby is. Since they got back to Harmony.
It's Luis' super sperm that went in there.
What bothered me is because I actually did the same thing, Maria. I got to the end and I was like, well, is she going to explain that? So I went to the next episode to just kind of scroll through to see their conversation. And they don't, from what I could tell, they don't go into details of how she ended up having sex with Antonio. So I would like to hear that. And I don't think we will get that, which is frustrating.
That's frustrating.
I don't think we ever find out the paternity. I don't think.
No, we do. It's
Luis's baby. Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
It has to be. Because they didn't have sex. I don't know. It's another rewrite. It's another rewrite.
and that becomes a whole thing. Their thing with Marty, right? Like their cousin and stuff. So anyway, she said things just went from bad to worse. He said he would rather die than live without my love. And then Pilar says, he might have his sight back, but he still can't see what's so obvious to everyone else.
Pilar, sorry, Eric, but Pilar needs to shut the fuck up, because you're the one that continually pushed this woman onto your son.
I don't disagree with that. Every time we come back to this, I'm like, I call a spade a spade. I was mad when she was like, Sheridan, she told Sheridan, you keep him alive and I will take care of him. I relieve you of this debt and of this responsibility. And I've always been like, Pilar, you can't take that back. You were like, you're good to go fuck my other son. I got this other one.
I got this.
She said that, and it is really it does. I don't like that they wrote her into this box, but it is what it is. I mean, she just wants to keep the kid alive. I get that. I get that, but I don't like picking one kid's happiness over another, because
and the tactics. I don't like the guilting tactics. Good. Yeah. I don't like
it's also Sheridan's not a bargaining chip. Sheridan doesn't have to do anything that you say.
Yeah, she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, she guilted her into all of that stuff, and that's not cool either.
Because even after they gave him the drug, she's like, well, now you have to stay faithful to him. Now you got to actually be with him. Now you actually have to be a wife to him. But now she's like, how come Antonio can't see that you actually don't love him?
Yeah, you're right.
You made them, because you're like, now honor your vows. But it's like, I already told you I didn't love him. You knew I loved Luis. Like, everybody in the world besides that one man knows this.
The nurses, they were even talking about how those two should be together, and they were together, and it's weird that you guys aren't together.
Gossipy townspeople.
Some rando in Bermuda remembered their love for forever. It was like, I've never seen a guy look at a girl like that before.
The staff at the Lobster Shack were like, oh, it's so sad they're not together anymore. Like, so y'all are right. Everybody but Antonio. You were right about that. Every person in the world except for this one man.
and now Pilar's like, it's so weird. He still doesn't see it.
Can't believe he can't see that. Like, girl.
I like to picture Antonio in the middle of Times Square in that movie of Spider-Man where they reveal Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and he's like looking at a newspaper, and he's the only one walking around not knowing this big thing that is everywhere. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. You're right. It's basically that. So Pilar goes to pray. She's like, I'm gonna go pray for you all.
Would it be cool if we saw her walk outside and she's just like,
she lights up.
Dios mío, fuck.
Yeah, this is some bullshit.
Fucking kids, man.
These fucking kids.
One of them's not even mine.
Her poor children. I mean, like, Pilar is the long-suffering mother, for real. Like, these kids are putting her through hell.
She uses she has a Virgin Mary candle. That's what she uses. I can say that. My candle's lit in the other room.
And see, this is another one that I said these kids putting her through hell, but she did this to herself, kind of.
Yes,
like, she did it to herself.
She did.
So many ways. So anyway, Sheridan is being annoying. So Sheridan says, like, what are we gonna do? We cannot tell Antonio the truth now, ever. This irritated me so bad. I was like, oh my God, we have regressed 9-10 months. We've regressed so far, and I hate that so much. She says, Luis says, come on, I hate this as much as you do. I saw Antonio in there and how upset he was when he thought that he hurt me. How somehow he's got it in his head that Beth and I are soulmates. because he's full of shit. He doesn't think that you and Beth are soulmates. He goes, somehow he's got it in his head that Beth and I are soulmates, and I'm all broken up about losing her.
And I think Beth was not around to hear it.
Hell, she wouldn't care. Nothing's going to deter her. Nothing.
It's the thing is that it's just like Simone. They have allowed him to write this history for them, and they just let them keep writing this story, and that's why they are the way they are. That's the way. That's why they just keep getting to do whatever they want to and live in the delusion.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. He says, I know that the truth is going to crush him, but it's the only way. And then they fall into the same old pattern. Louise saying that we have to tell him, what's her name, saying, no, I don't want, it'll crush him, it'll kill him. I don't know if I can do this. And then he finally says, well, do you want to be with me, Sheridan? And she's like, of course I do. Blah, blah, blah. They embrace. Meanwhile, Antonio calls Beth. He sucks. God, he sucks. Antonio takes it upon himself. And this is another problem I'm having with him, right? He sent Luis out of the room, right? Saying he needed to collect his thoughts because he wanted to resolve this issue that he made up in his mind between him and his brother, right? But instead of having the conversation with his brother, he decides to loop Beth in this moment. And I really, really, really took issue with that because the only reason you're bringing Beth in is because he has to know. He has to know because Luis kept saying, it's not about Beth. This isn't about Beth. This is about you. He said that.
But he's not believing him. He really does think that he did something to break them up.
But here's the thing. Even if he still is taking what Luis is saying as Luis is just upset with him about the stuff with Beth, what Luis is saying to you is, like, from that perspective, you would think that what you hear is, no, this is between you and I. Like, so in that instance, why would you bring Beth into it? Right? Like, I think he just knows what's going on. And I'm going to choose. I'm choosing. I've decided to choose because I have free will.
Yeah. Yes,
I have free will.
You can make it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've decided. He knows. I've decided.
That's the great
for
thing
myself,
about performance analysis. You get to put your own filter on things and say, this is the world I live in.
And I think it's going to make this a lot better, easier to watch for me, honestly. If I just watch, if I just look at him as if he knows what's going on and he's just like playing dumb.
There's 13 people that watch the show with a specific lens. I mean,
wait a minute, that was a dig at me.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, he calls Beth and he tells her that, well, when he calls Beth, she thinks he's calling her because he figured out what's going on between Luis and Sheridan or whatever. And so she's like, yeah, it's pretty rough, huh? I'm sure that was pretty hard news to take. And then he says, well, yeah, we were talking about the fact that, wait, Antonio goes to tell Luis he called Beth. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped a note. Sorry. So he calls Beth and tells her that he knows what they've been keeping from him all this time. And then she's like, you do? Because it doesn't sound like the way he's talking. She's like, it doesn't seem like you know what's really going on. And so he asks her to come to the hospital and so that he can help them get back together. He's like, I want to help you and Luis get back together. Come to the hospital. And so,
he wants to play matchmaker because he wants everyone to be just as happy as he is with Sheridan, the love of his life, who he can't live without.
Yeah. This is when he goes out and tells Luis that he called Beth. And he goes out to tell Luis that he called Beth, but he finds Luis holding Sheridan, right? They're hugging, and she's obviously upset. And he's like, what's going on here? And he says, earlier we were talking about the fact that Beth is in love with somebody else. Is that the whole story? Because I just can't buy that. I see the way she looks at you, Luis, with love in her eyes. I just don't see her being in love with somebody else. I mean, that's as absurd as saying that Sheridan's in love with somebody else besides me. I know that I can always count on your love, Sheridan, especially now that we're married.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Why does he have to keep telling her they're married? Why does he have to keep telling her that? You know why? Because he wants her to think about that. He wants her to feel.
He wants to remind her.
Yeah, he wants to make sure she knows, well, we are married.
Make her feel guilty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make her feel guilty. And Antonio, Sheridan says, Antonio, if you only knew. And he's like, if I only knew what? He said, tell me. Then he gets upset. Tell me, damn it, what's going on? My note is just, like I was just like, I can't.
Yes.
I hate him. 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 I hate him.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Tell me, damn it, what's going on? What's going on? So, he then says that he knows that he says, I know that everyone has been keeping a secret from me, has been keeping something from me for a long time. And then Sheridan says, yeah, well, you were too sick to handle it. We were worried about your health. He says, well, I'm strong enough now. And Sheridan, if you love me the way you say you do, you tell me the truth. I'm strong enough now, is what he said. I'm strong enough now. Girl, he gave you that. Say it. Say it.
He's also walking around. He also can see. So let's go. Yeah.
But he's also not a doctor. He's self-diagnosing, so he can say that he'll be fine, but he doesn't really know.
He's feeling fine. And
yeah, he is feeling fine. Yeah.
And he says he feels strong. He's strong enough to take it. And he wants to know. Tell him.
Yeah.
He really doesn't want to know.
And shit. Oh my God. Sheridan. Oh my God. He says, tell me the truth. And she runs off crying, saying, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And that one was for Sheridan. That one was for Sheridan.
Yes.
She's pissing me off.
Oh,
she runs off crying for
times.
And here's the thing. Here's the setup, right? Mm-hmm. He comes out, tell me what's going on. After seeing them hugging each other, right? Tell me what's going on. They say, well, you were too tired or you were too sick before, right? Well, I'm strong enough now. Tell me the truth. Oh, I can't. It's just too horrible. That's not ringing some alarm bells for you? Because you think that the thing has something to do with Beth. It obviously doesn't. It obviously doesn't. So,
listen, I've never hugged my sister-in-law the way that Sheridan and Louise were hugging. Just saying.
No.
Never hugged my sister-in-law like that.
Or my brother-in-laws.
And remember that Antonio thinks that they didn't really have a relationship before, like at all. He thinks that he basically introduced them to each other. So no, why would they be hugging like that?
And you've seen them in compromising positions thousands of times at this point.
All the time.
And he's always pushing them together. Oh, please take her home. Oh, please take care of her. Oh, if I die, you should marry my brother.
Yeah, just put your penis inside her just a little bit, please. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Please, please, please. Just put my brother's tip inside. Just a little bit. So she runs off. And Antonio gets a dizzy spell, of course. Oh, he sucks.
Because he's not well.
Am I losing shit?
Or because he's not well, or because he's faking it, which is what I choose to believe.
That's gonna be your new narrative. I get it.
Yeah, that's the new narrative. No, that's definitely my new narrative. It's the only way I'm gonna be able to get through any of this anymore. It really is, because I can't go back to the way things were before. I just can't.
I get it.
I just can't.
I get it. And Sheridan is getting just as bad, because this whole thing that you're going to talk about with Beth is
stupid as hell. The whole thing, like I said, this whole storyline was dumb. Like I said at the beginning, I hated everything. I hated everything, you stupid bitches. I hated everything about this. So, Sheridan runs off. Antonio gets dizzy. He looks to Luis and says, you know, what is it? What are y'all keeping from me? He says, am I losing Sheridan? Is that what it is? And Luis is like, well, we're going to tell you. Let me go get Sheridan. I have to get Sheridan. Sheridan needs to tell you. Like, we need to tell you together. And Antonio says, no, you tell me. I want you to tell me, Luis. So tell me, God damn it. That's what tell me. He says, I'm not in a coma now. I'm not blind, and I'm not dying. Tell me the truth. Like, yeah, I agree. Honestly, in this moment, I agree with Antonio. He's not in a coma. He's not blind. He's no longer dying. Tell me. Whatever it is, tell me.
And he's in the hospital, so if he codes, they could revive him.
He's fine.
Doesn't even need Eve there to give him a sedative.
Nothing's wrong with him.
That would help him.
that urine drug cured him completely. So he's fine.
Urine drug.
He's fine. It did look like somebody's really messed up urine.
Yeah. They needed to hydrate more.
Yeah, like you got kidney problems. So, Luis is not going to tell him. He goes to find Sheridan instead. They have the same old tired motherfucking conversation. I'm not saying it again. And then Beth, he goes back, and then Beth encounters Sheridan at one point. So let's talk about this. I don't mind talking about this. Beth and Sheridan have a conversation where Sheridan tells Beth what's going on. She brings up to speed because Beth gets to the hospital and she's not entirely sure what Antonio knows or doesn't know, but she's pretty sure that he doesn't know that Luis and Sheridan are together. Mm-hmm. So Sheridan brings her up to speed, and then of course Beth pretends to be her friend, saying like, "Oh, you know what? I can go talk to Antonio for you. Maybe I can find a way to let him down gently. Let me talk to him. I can, prepare him for the news." And so she goes to Antonio's room and finds a very agitated Antonio. So she tells him, "I know the truth, and once you and I talk, you'll see that everything's going to be all right." Because he tells her that everybody's keeping something from him. Everybody. Mm-hmm. He knows that everybody's keeping something from him, and nobody will tell him the truth. Antonio then asks her about this made up other man that he made up in his mind. And she's like, "No, Luis is the only man in my heart. I love Luis." And so she's like, "I love Luis as much as you love Sheridan. You love Sheridan, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I love Sheridan with all my heart." And she says, "Well, you love Sheridan, and Luis is the only man that I want to be with. So if you listen to me and you do exactly what I tell you to do, then there's nothing that can stop us from being with the people that we love. We can make it happen, Antonio, and we'll both get exactly what we want." Antonio says, "What are you talking about, Beth? It sounds like you've got some sort of plan or some sort of plot of how to be with Luis and Sheridan, but why?" So he's questioning her, but I think he's just playing dumb.
And you know what? He has to be playing dumb because his instinct should have just been like, "What are you talking about? I am with Sheridan.
Right.
I don't have to scheme to be with Sheridan. Yeah, I am with her already."
100%. 100%. Like he picked up on the fact that it seemed devious, right? And that it seemed like she was framing this as some kind of plot to get these people back and keep these people away from each other. So he's like, "So why should we resort to a scheme to hang on to the people that we love?" So again, I am choosing to believe he knows exactly what's going on. He's just playing dumb here because it behooves him to do so, right? Yeah. To keep Beth out of the loop. He doesn't want to link up with Beth and then become like, he wants to keep his hands as clean as possible. I think that's what's happened in my head canon. He wants to keep his hands as clean as possible. And the minute he kind of leans into Beth and says, "Yeah, I know what's going on too. Like how are we going to handle this?" He becomes the villain. He becomes a villain. His hands are no longer clean. But I think he's just playing dumb. I've decided to believe he's playing dumb. So he then says, "What's this secret that Luis and Sheridan won't tell me? Tell me the truth." And she says, "Well, there's no plot, but I do know what the secret is." And so she starts to tell him something, but they get interrupted by a nurse who needs to give him his meds. And then we see two nurses outside who are discussing like the Lopez Fitzgerald medical tests. These medical tests are going to rock their world. The Lopez Fitzgerald medical tests. So they're leading us to believe that it's something wrong with Antonio. He's fine. So Luis, unfortunately, Luis and Sheridan go back to Antonio's room, and he says to them, "Yeah, Beth was just about to tell me your secret, but now that you're here, you can tell me." Sheridan's bitch ass goes, You didn't prepare him? Bitch, shut your ass up.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Yes.
We've only been preparing him since he arrived in Harmony.
Thank you.
He is. And also, it's not Beth's job to do your dirty fucking work. It's not. That pissed me off.
Though she did send her to do it, and Beth said, sure, she'll do it. But that was stupid. That was just stupid. Why would you send someone else to tell them your secret? That's your responsibility. Stop being a fucking chicken.
Stop being a fucking chicken. My biggest frustration with that, her saying, you didn't prepare him, my biggest frustration is that when y'all walked in, Antonio said she was just about to tell me your secret. So she did prepare him. And she was about to tell him something. She was about to tell him something. I doubt it was the truth.
But that's what it sounds like. She wanted Beth to tell him the truth.
Yeah, but and for her to say you didn't prepare him, so you wanted me to just tell him the whole thing. And I think, again, Beth was not about to tell him any truth. Nope. And if she was, she may have hedged her bets here and tried to bring him in as an ally. So maybe she was going to tell him the truth, but say but here's what else is going on. They're too guilty to say anything. So if we just keep them apart, well, Sheridan's too guilty to say anything. If we just keep them apart, everything will be fine. Just keep playing up the guilt. I could see it going that way. I could see Beth taking that route, but I don't see Antonio necessarily taking her up on it. If that makes sense.
Because he's not going to believe it. He's going to be like, no, Sheridan loves me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I was annoyed with Sheridan talking about something. You didn't prepare him?
Yeah, that pissed me off.
It's your dirty work to do. So why?
Yeah, it's not her secret. It's your secret.
Oh, she's so annoying. So Luis then says, yeah, well, we're going to tell you right now. And then a nurse comes in. They begin to tell him the truth.
Bring it home.
They begin to tell him the truth. Sheridan starts to fucking hyperventilate. She starts to hyperventilate, and she's like being so dramatic. She's like, oh God, I can't. And oh God, is she annoying. And then a nurse comes in who's like, Mrs. Lopez Fitzgerald, you shouldn't be all upset in your condition. Sit down. You can't be getting upset in your condition. Sheridan says, in my condition? She says, yes, you're pregnant in front of everybody.
I know.
Yeah, that's against HIPAA. I
the
think.
most unprofessional staff ever. Where's the other nurse? The other nurse knows the rules.
I miss her.
She knows the rules. She'll probably get everyone out, take her to the side, tell her. You can't tell.
You're fired.
You're fired.
She should be fired.
Remember, it's harmony. Everybody sucks at their job.
Everyone sucks at their job.
Everybody sucks at their jobs. So yeah, then Sheridan faints.
Of course,
she faints because she's pregnant, so she has to faint.
But she did faint already. That's how we got the clue that she was pregnant.
Yeah. So she hears this faint was more that she was shocked by the news. So she hears the news, she faints, and when she comes to, she's so happy about this news, which I found odd.
Yes,
considering what we knew, she's so happy about this news. Antonio too is elated about this news. Everybody else in the room quietly huddles around Luis and asks him if he's okay. Everybody else, Beth, Pilar, Miguel, whoever else was in there, probably them nurses. You all right? We know. We know. We saw you sleeping with Sheridan in the bed together. Are you okay? So they huddle around him, ask him if he's okay. Luis then tells Pilar and Miguel that he has to ask Sheridan an uncomfortable question of if the baby is his or if it's Antonio's, because Sheridan is cuddled up on the bed with Antonio like they are expectant parents to be. She should be pretty distraught, to be honest.
Yeah, this is an idiot. This is ridiculous.
It is stupid. Yeah. She should be having a worried face like, oh, fuck. Because her first thought should have been, this is Luis's baby. What's she going to do with Antonio?
Exactly. Exactly. So I could see her being excited because I know she's always wanted to be a mother, but I don't think it should have just been straight up like happiness and joy, right? There needs to, I think this would be a bittersweet thing for her.
Or if it's a private moment with Luis that she just assumes it's Luis is in their private, then it would make sense. But she's in the bed with Antonio.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And like
she's trying to break up
holding hands, smiling at each other, making eyes at each other.
Yeah.
Like it's not like she's not sitting there looking uncomfortable like she kind of normally does. They're canoodling and basking in this glow of, expectant motherhood and expectant
and no
parenthood.
one's stopping him from saying his shit too, because he's like, Miguel, you're gonna be an uncle. So are you, Luis. You're gonna be uncles.
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
So actually, I have more for him because I'm almost done. But
if I were Miguel, I'd have been like, I already made y'all uncles first.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, what's her name's baby is first?
Theresa.
They've been uncles.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They've been uncles.
We're already uncles.
Actually, you know what? There's another thing for me to be angry with Antonio about. What about little Ethan? Y'all have been uncles. You're going to be an uncle, Miguel. You're going to be Uncle Luis. We've already been uncles. Hello.
Yes.
You are an uncle as well, in case you fucking forgot. So anyway,
he only remembered Theresa when he was like, I need to tell her about this. That's the only time. So you can glow and you can like celebrate your happy news. That's the only reason you even thought of her. You didn't think of her any other time.
Meanwhile, Theresa was over there getting dizzy. So.
I was going to say, Theresa having a rough time while her family's over here doing this.
Has Theresa even been to see him since he's woken up?
No.
Has anyone even told her that her brother's awake?
Yes, they told him she came to the hospital. Yeah.
Oh, she did.
The first charitable thing she did was go research the drug that he was given.
It's been weeks. Episodes.
I don't remember.
And so they got her there, and then they quickly kind of got her back out and back to the mansion. So at least that's how I remembered. I could be misremembering, but I think she did. They did tell her, and she has been to the hospital. So anyway,
okay, good.
Antonio is all excited about. I'm probably gonna have a son. I really hate when they specify a gender when somebody says that they're pregnant. I particularly hate it when they're like, I can't wait to have a son. It just gets under my skin. It's just one of those things that gets under my skin. You should be happy to have a healthy baby. So anyway.
A healthy baby. And she just found out she's pregnant. You don't know the fucking gender. Stop.
I could see if you had 4 or 5 kids and they were all the same gender and you're just like, I really want to have a girl or a boy because I have all of these girls or I have all of these boys. Like my uncle, my cousins, my mom's brother, they had all boys. 6 boys. And just never. And my aunt, she wanted to have a girl. That's kind of why they kept having babies. She wanted to have a girl because she kept having boys. And she did have a girl at one point, like early. Like their daughter is the oldest of all the kids, but she had so many boys. So I do get that being like, oh, I have 4 girls. Can I please get a son? I could see that. I guess
that makes sense. Yes,
but you know. Men, and not to throw Eric into this because he is obviously a man, it's this whole passing off your legacy thing and passing off your name. That's why they want boys.
Man, Eric is a man. That's his misfortune.
Hey, there are 13 of us men watching this show right now.
You know I love you. I
know.
No,
but it's the legacy thing. It's making another Lopez Fitzgerald.
When there's plenty. There's plenty.
I also nope, I'm going to finish this. I'm not going to get on my soapbox, but I have a feeling, I have something about like legacy and like, I don't know, and names and whatever. It's not important. What is important is that Antonio says to Luis, you remember when we were kids and we used to joke around about who was going to be a father first? Well, it looks like I won. You're not going to tell me he doesn't know what he's saying and what he's doing.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me that.
Absolutely.
And your sister beat y'all both, so shut up.
And then he says, and you and Beth, you need to get married right away. That way our kids will have lots of cousins to play with. That one's already gonna have 2. Y'all already geared up for baby.
Yeah, I think even like Miguel like finally chimed in like, yeah, like I have one too. That'll be a cousin.
We're all having babies at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I do like that. One of the things that I appreciate, like my cousin, that's the travel agent, Letitia. She and we are a year apart in age. So, but our birthdays, my birthday is the 14th of November. Hers is the 17th. So we used to always have birthdays together. We did everything together. And I loved that. Oh, y'all, my nephew's calling me. Y'all. I'm going to just tell him bye. Hey, man. Hey, man. I'm on the podcast. You want to say hi?
Hello.
They all say hi. Okay. Can I call you back in a little bit? Yeah, I know. You called me at the same time last week. All right. Love you, buddy. All right. Bye-bye.
Oh,
That's so
we were just talking about cousins and
progeny.
That's weird.
Yes.
Put music. Hey, play the magic sound. We didn't get it this week, so there it is.
Okay.
And if you're gonna leave that in, just try to remember to like blur phone numbers or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna leave that in. I might, but his name is
this.
Baby Randy in my phone. It's not.
Okay.
You know.
Just want to make sure that his number is not on the internet.
Oh, please. I'm crazy about that. And nope, finish the podcast. So
sorry.
We're almost there.
Almost there.
I'm so close. So anyway, he says y'all need to have babies, get married and have babies right away. And yeah, then Luis finally gets a chance to talk to Sheridan. We get like a who's the daddy kind of situation. So I have 2 clips to kind of finish out today.
Oh.
Yeah.
okay.
And we will be completely done. Yeah, look at Sheridan just smiling. Ugh.
Yeah, that just boggled my mind. Like, why are you all lovey-dovey with Antonio all of a sudden when, like, 9 times out of 10 you can't stand him?
And you know what else? I'm kind of annoyed about now that I'm thinking about it? You know how we did like the divorce court with Eve, but we also did the Larry Winger show with Eve. And every time they do that, they do create like these caricatures of everybody basically. Mm-hmm. And this is rife for like a Maury. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like a talk show, trashy talk. They don't make them do that stuff, and they really should. It would make it more that would make this more palatable if you brought Maury in to say
I don't think Maury did that back then, though.
You are yes, he did, girl. Yes, Maury was doing you are the father or you are not the father.
Well,
He's been doing this
other
since the
topics,
90s.
but it seems like he's like anyway. That's finished.
Yeah, so here we go. Who's the daddy? Part 1.
Come on, Luis, we need those scars. We need to celebrate.
Yeah.
Okay, I know this is exciting news, but you really do need to get back into your own bed.
Antonio, do as she says, mijo. We came so close to losing you. We don't want to take any chances.
Pilar looks tanned.
Your own bed. I'm gonna go call a few people with the news.
Oh.
All right.
Julian?
All right, fine. Don't take too long, okay?
Ethan and Gwen.
That's it.
What about the cigars?
And I'm sorry, the dude almost died. The last thing he needs is a cigar to celebrate.
Right? And there's no smoking in the hospital.
Yeah, like so stupid. He bounces like a fucking kid.
I'm too excited to sleep, Mama.
Well, I'm going to fix that right now. I will be right back.
With a sedative.
Something to quiet you. Beth, could you do me a favor and just get a fresh pitcher of water?
I see you have your maid outfit on.
Pregnant. Can you believe it?
Yeah. I can believe it.
I can believe it.
Bucking you forever.
Sure, now that we know you're pregnant, we have a very important question to ask ourselves. The answer to which is going to change our lives forever.
What shoe size do you wear?
Yeah.
Believe it, Mama? Gonna be a grand.
So, like, is he? Oh,
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So it's like, so he thinks that they've also slept together.
I think he's putting 2 and 2 together. I think that's what's happening. I think
Seeing her happy about it and him happy about it, and no one being like, "Wait, this is impossible."
Yeah, I mean that was my reading of it, is that he kind of put two and two together, that like they must have had sex, because he wouldn't have asked her the question otherwise, right?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Even though like they've shown no proof at all that they've ever had. If anything, she's always pushing him away. So like, when did they have sex?
When did they have sex? And it had to be right when they got back to Harmony, or like when they were maybe on the trip over from Bermuda, I guess. But I don't know how long they've been in Harmony either.
And I think she's not that far along.
Yeah, she would be showing. If he was,
if it was
if he
that
was
long
the
ago.
father from then, if that was when it happened, you're right. She would be showing. She probably would have had the damn baby by now.
So she must have had sex with him while he was in a coma and climbed on top.
Oh my God.
Because how else was it gonna happen?
I mean, like I said, she had sex with him before they got married. At some point, she didn't manage to keep him away from her. She ran out of the sedatives that she was using to drug him or something, and they had sex one night. That's the only thing I can think of. So let's watch this clip because they talk about it in this a little bit, not enough.
Believe it, Mama? You're gonna be a grandmother again. Thanks.
I couldn't be happier.
My life is perfect now. I have the perfect wife. I have the perfect child. I have the perfect family.
Shut up.
Nothing's gonna change that.
Miguel.
So what are you talking about? What question do we have to ask?
Me or Antonio?
You or Antonio?
Certain who is the father of the
Why is she
baby?
playing dumb?
My brother or me?
Oh, y'all, I thought I had another clip.
I think that's where it ended, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's where this.
Oh, maybe okay. Because maybe if that's what you remember it ending, good. Because I did watch ahead a little bit to see what she would say, I guess. So, so we'll find out next week. Unfortunately.
My brother
so
and Me
we're
was a
just
good
now
show on
supposed
Nickelodeon.
to accept that at some point they had sex.
Yeah, basically. Which is why I decided.
And Luis knows.
Listen, if Passions can do it, I can make my own little rewrites. I can.
That's true.
If they can do it, I can do it. So
yeah.
So that's it. That's all I have for this week. Anything to add before we go?
Nope.
It was a fun time. Thank you.
It's been fun. Yes.
It was a fun time. It's perfect that we're ending now. I'm starting to really take a dive. I'm not feeling good. So yes, where can the people find you, Eric?
I just want to talk to Tom Bergeron real quick. Carrie and another 8. I hope he comes back. I'm on the Discord.
On the Discord, Maria.
My 13 fans can find me on the Discord.
They know where to find you.
Kelly with an EY.
On the Discord.
On the Discord, baby. You can find me at patreon.com/passionspodcast. Signed up for whatever tier you find most agreeable. And with that, you are my passion for life. Yeah.